Hey everyone, I'm Connor,
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Matt.
and this is Discography Draft. We didn't even plan that, but
No,
it
we
worked
didn't.
out well.
It's all on my cheek. It's gonna burn.
Nice and fresh, huh? Well, hey everyone. Sorry the episode's a little late this week. We had some technical diffs. Matt,
Yeah.
you want to talk about it?
Yeah, my car broke down a half a mile. So I live a mile from here, and it broke down literally the halfway point at a stoplight. It just shut down, and I waited 4 hours for a tow truck.
What'd you do in that time, Matt?
We planned sad boy sessions.
It's a
Connor,
fish.
yeah, and Sid came by for a little bit too, and then I told him to go home because it had been 3 hours, and yeah, so
A lot of people must be breaking down.
cold weather.
That's what they said. Cold weather, batteries are just going kaput. Well, so that's our reason, and we're sticking to it. Well, hey, so we have a little revamping of the discography draft format moving forward. And basically what we're doing is similar to last time, the previous 10 episodes. We're going to talk about the albums and artists that have had lasting impacts on our lives, and then do a fantasy draft of all the songs from 2 of the albums from one artist. However, the polling and the determination of who wins is going to be done a little differently now. What we've decided on is, so we're going to do sort of an NCAA tournament bracket style to determine the winner of this. So we're ordinarily, if it's just Matt and me, we'll each draft 20 songs. We'll have like a play-in round of the 4 extraneous songs, and then it'll basically be like a round of 16, 8, 4, 2, and then the champion songs. How this will work is, so we're going to do the fantasy draft of all the songs, and then we're not going to look at the Spotify streams beforehand. We're going to look at the Spotify streams after we draft all the songs, and then whatever has the highest number of streams, that's going to be the number 1 seed, and then so on and so forth. And then the polling is on Instagram is going to be sort of like that. Like, all right, we have the number 1 versus number 16, number 2 versus number 15, et cetera, et cetera. And there's going to be a point system awarded for every song that advances out of the... Oh, God, there's a moth. I hit him. I struck him good.
Moth on the moon.
Moth on the moon. And so there's going to be a point system awarded, similar to if you're doing like an ESPN bracket challenge for how far songs advance. Oh, there he is. He's gone.
End of day.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so the winning roster will be determined by that point system, by however many songs advance. And the only way for you to know what the rosters actually were is by tuning into the show. So there's a little incentive. So that's basically the format moving forward. And I think it's going to be a little more fun, interactive, and good thing Matt's truck broke down. Otherwise, we wouldn't have figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our plan. And when our last episode, Matt and I did a Halloween spooktacular where we drafted Halloween / spooky song titled songs, and I won that one again. Can you laugh again?
I just think it's funny that Matt takes pride in this, but the real winner here.
Yeah.
I'm the winner. I'm the real winner here. I get to be the honored guest
You have
tonight.
not lost.
Yeah, I haven't lost. Undefeated.
Never lost.
Undefeated.
Never lost. So
Shout out LeVar Ball, and we know you're listening.
yeah, if you're listening, we know you are. So that was fun. I mean, that was an interesting draft because there were literally no overlaps. Like, none of the songs you drafted were on my big board. I don't know that any of mine were on yours. So we took different approaches, and that was that. So on to the next one, I suppose. So this episode, in honor of a man named Scott, we were doing Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon. and Man on the Moon 2.
Greatest documentary ever made. If you haven't watched it, streaming live on Amazon right now. Go check it out. It's my shameless plug.
How many times have you seen it?
2.5 now. 2.5. It's been out for
Since last Thursday.
last Thursday night.
Yeah.
2.5 times.
Yep. So we've all seen it. It's I mean, it was really well done. A lot of information given about Kid Cudi that I listen to his music. I wouldn't call myself like a super fan, so I don't know a lot of the backstory to some of the songs and what he was going through when different albums were being recorded. So that was pretty good insight. Bringing on a lot of people. Hey, if you were to tell me Shia LaBeouf was going to be in that documentary, I would have thought you were out of your mind. But turns out he and Shia LaBeouf are really good friends. So there's that. So we had to bring Ryan on as he is a monumental Kid Cudi fan.
Big time, yeah. There's like Kanye West, and then there's like Kid Cudi, like just below, maybe equal.
He's also a fellow sad boy, so these songs kind of fit in with all of us.
I may have shed a tear or two in the documentary or listening to Man on the Moon 1 and 2 at some point in my life. May or may not. I don't know. It's for you to decide.
We may never know. Well, so that's enough of the little logistics of it all. So let's get into we'll discuss on the albums. So Kid Cudi, hey, pop quiz, Matt.
Gosh, I hate these.
So his name is, what's his real name?
Scott Muscati.
Okay, what are his two middle names?
Tot and Mess. Kid.
Yeah, his name is Scott Kid Cudi Mescudi, so that kind of worked out well. Scott Ramon Seguro, not Tom Segura, but Scott Seguro Mescudi. So how about that? Never heard Seguro before. From Cleveland. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony. Shout out to LeBron. Shout out to, I don't know, Drew Carey.
Delonte West.
Yep. Dan Gilbert.
Dan Gilbert.
So, all right. Here we go. Man on the Moon, The End of Day. This was released September 15th, 2009. Hey, Ryan, you're the guest here. Where were you at in your life September 15th, 2009?
Yeah, September 15th, 2009. I had just started my freshman year of high school.
It's easy to remember.
Easy
that.
to remember. 2009, freshman year, 10, sophomore, and so on.
Oh.
So just started my freshman year of high school. So my brother graduated high school as I was coming into high school, so we never overlapped in high school. But a lot of his older friends I was friends with, that they were seniors and juniors when I was a freshman, and so I rode around with them a lot. And we would play Man on the Moon, End of Day, a lot my freshman year. But I would say this is one I was kind of looking forward to, just from Day and Night. I was a big Day and Night fan before the album came out, so I was looking forward to this one coming out.
Matt, what about you?
I was also in ninth grade. Dude, it's just an easy way to remember.
I hadn't thought of it, but yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I just remember Day and Night coming out and remember thinking, it actually came out in 2008, didn't it?
February 5th, 2008.
Yeah, I remember more so that coming out and thinking like, he has no other songs, like just like, oh, this is so different. When can we get some more of his stuff? And like a really anticipated like album drop.
But didn't
he?
But Day and Night actually was released in like December of 2007. He put it on MySpace, but it was like officially a single in February of 2008, which I didn't know. Thanks to the doc. You sound like you had something to say.
No, that was it. I just remember it was really anticipated.
Okay. Okay, so September 2009, I was a month into senior year of high school, which is not easy. There's no
easy way.
But I'll tell you this. I do remember that 3 weeks after this album was released, I went to the first concert I ever went to in my life, which was Metallica at the St. Pete Times Forum. So how about that?
Only fitting.
Did Kid Cudi open or any correlation?
They opened for Kid Cudi, actually.
Oh, right. Okay. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, well. So, all right, Man on the Moon, End of Day. Well, I guess I didn't really talk about the album at all. Talk about Metallica. I got distracted. Yeah, I remember Day and Night coming out. I remember the sound of it. The beat was... it's interesting when like a beat comes out that you haven't heard something like it before. Like I remember where I was when I heard Yeah by Usher. And I was like, what the heck is this? But little did I know, like I'm entering in the world of Lil Jon beats and how prolific they're about to be.
Shout out Eastside Boys.
If you're listening, we know you are. But yeah, Day and Night, I just remember like, what is this? This sounds bizarre, but good at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like the first few notes of that song just kind of, you're hooked. You're in there.
It really is. It really digs its hooks in.
And honestly, this is like the peak, I think, of very unique sounding beats. Like you think about Kanye releasing music around this time, like late 2000s, kind of early 2010s. I think are some of the best like rap beats you'll ever get. It's like very unique sounding, very different. I don't think we get quite that nowadays.
Right. Yeah. We're kind of in like a trap age right now. But my first introduction to Kid Cudi, I can't remember if I heard Day and Night first or if I heard Welcome to Heartbreak, because I may have heard that first. So, but what I didn't know on the documentary was like he had been. I mean, he was doing that song. He had like done several projects for other artists before, but like also recorded stuff on like the mixtape A Kid Named Cudi like a year or two beforehand, and it just took a while for the official album to come out. So Man on the Moon, End of Day is a concept album narrated by Common.
Shout out Common. I know you're listening.
We do know. How about this? It debuted at number 4 on Billboard 200, sold 104,000 copies in its first week in the United States.
Goodness gracious.
It is certified double platinum. And it, in 2020, when Rolling Stone like redid the 500 greatest albums of all time, they ranked it 459th.
So it made the cut.
It made the cud.
Made the cut. If I had to rank the 500 greatest albums of all time, this would probably be number 1.
And also 2 through 500.
And also 2 through 499. Man on the Moon 2. Number 500.
Oh, well,
yeah.
There you go. So 3 singles from it: Day and Night, Make Her Say, and Pursuit of Happiness. We'll talk about Make Her Say later.
Will we?
I don't know that we will, actually. So how about this? Metacritic. Which I've come to actually realize is an aggregated score of various reviews that are like done on Metacritic. So it's not like a guy who's like the designated critic of Metacritic is like, this is my score, the end. It's an aggregation, which you think I would have known that 10 episodes ago, but I didn't. So now I do. Hey Ryan, what do you think Metacritic?
There's never been a 90. We have not had a 90 yet.
Is ranked out of 100? Is that right?
Ranked out of 100.
Okay, there hasn't been a 90 yet. Man, I think the word was...
Which doesn't mean that this couldn't be.
Yeah. I think the word used was conceptual album, and so I think that might make it higher and having Common.
Don't be deceived.
With the interludes almost in there, keeping the story going. I'm gonna go 88. I'm gonna keep it at 88.
Matt?
We'll go 83.
All right. What if I told you Metacritic, an average score based on 15 reviews of 71?
I'm telling you.
They're wrong.
Yeah.
They're wrong.
I know.
They're wrong. Hey, from watching y'all's show, I knew that, but I just figured,
it's different being it's different being in that seat, though.
It is. The lights are bright. I'm starting to sweat a little bit.
Mm-hmm. The Boston Globe praised the experimental quality of the album, saying that it's spacey, adventurous, and ridiculously intriguing, if only because it's so different. complimenting Cudi's, quote, introspective persona, ear for melody, and eclectic taste in beats.
Spot on.
So, yeah, and this is, I mean, they talk about in the documentary that Kid Cudi, he is also aware that he is like the forerunner of kind of like introspective, sad boy, really bringing emotions in like in almost an exclusive way, in that like if you listen to his songs, there's not really anything else he talks about other than what's on his heart and just emotions, where he's not talking about like gang banging and things like that.
You might think it's a party anthem because the way it sounds, but when you listen to the words, you're like, oh, this man's going through it right now.
About driving off a cliff. Whereas, like, I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, well, you know, Tupac's Me Against the World album, that came out in like 94, 95, which is 15 years before this. And that was like really introspective, but Tupac wasn't like his niche. Mm-hmm. Whereas Kid Cudi kind of like really brought this in, and it's also like a generation ago. Whereas Kid Cudi really brought this to the forefront, and he was saying like nowadays you can't not talk about this kind of stuff if you're trying to really make it. Like, this stuff actually matters to people, especially guys nowadays who are really starting to like not really suppress their emotions like we were always taught to in the past, but sort of embrace it. And that's what Kid Cudi does.
I thought one of the interesting things he said on the documentary was the fact that like he never expected people to ask about what he was writing in his music. He thought because he was being vulnerable in the lyrics, mm-hmm. that he was actually really shocked that people were like, oh, wait, now talk to me. Like, you lost your dad when you were like 11 or something. And he's like, oh, starting to get questions that he actually wasn't prepared to. He thought that like just putting the lyrics out was just like good enough. But that's really created this whole wave. And I love how he ended the documentary. He's like, you're welcome.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy. They literally, all these artists, I don't think I've ever come across an artist that there have been people and other artists. I mean, Travis Scott said it, is like, this guy saved my life. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of crazy of how, like, you've never met this person and they, from a song, it just shows that like songs are very powerful and can move you. And I think it's just really, really interesting in this whole wave he's done.
Yep.
I think some of that points back to Kanye too. Always gotta give a shout out Kanye. I know you're listening. Yay, sorry. Mm-hmm. Formerly known Kanye, but you think about his earlier albums came out in a time when 50 Cent and T.I. and Jeezy and all these like hood gangbanging, as you're talking about, lyrics were coming out, and he really wasn't on much of that. He wasn't really on his feelings as much as Kid Cudi, but he was kind of up there with those guys, and he wasn't really talking about the streets as much as they were. So he kind of paved the way a little bit for Cudi, but he ran with it. Cudi ran with it.
Well, yeah, and to that point, like, Kanye's breakout song was Jesus Walks, and one of the lyrics is like, if I talk about God, my record won't get played. So he has always been different, and Kanye was a mentor to Kid Cudi, so you can kind of see the overlap there. And then I think also this album coming out within the year of 808s and Heartbreak coming out is like this. It really hit me at like a good time when I was really starting to be introspective.
It's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Needed.
So this is your favorite album of all time?
Favorite album of all time. It is. Yeah. No skips in my book. No skips.
All right. So Man on the Moon 2, The Legend of Mr. Rager, is the next album that we're doing. Released on November 9th, 2010. Ryan, where were you at in your life?
November 9th, 2010.
Whoa.
I bet you
11 years ago yesterday.
Yeah. 11 years ago yesterday.
Timely. Big
I'm
God.
willing to bet you were a sophomore in high school.
How much money do you want to put on it?
All the Dogecoin in my crypto wallet.
Okay, well, I didn't skip a grade. I didn't fail a grade. So you're right. I was a sophomore in high school. Yeah, this was a time when, I was always the youngest in my grade. So some of my friends were starting to drive sophomore year. And so, we'd ride around. We wouldn't listen to Man on the Moon 2 as much as 1, but we'd still bump some of this. Yeah, sophomore year. Fall sophomore year. That's where
Okay.
I was.
Hot take: Man on the Moon 3 is better than Man on the Moon 2.
That's ridiculous.
I would
Right.
have to. I'd have to take some time on that one. I don't know.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I'd really have to take some time on that one. I can't answer it on the show tonight. DM me. I'll let you know.
Yeah, what's your at?
RCCamp _ on Instagram,
All right.
on Tinder.
You can just search them that way on
Yeah,
Tinder.
yeah, I'm there.
We have a strong male audience.
Yeah. Oh.
Like an audience of strong men.
Yeah.
All right. Gold's Gym. I'll be there. Is that still around?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. I have a membership, so.
Okay. Matt,
I
do you have a membership to Gold's?
no, I have that God's Gym T-shirt. It looks like Gold's Gym.
All right. So where are you at in your life?
Next question.
Yeah. No, I don't really remember listening to this one as much. Honestly, Erase Me and I think is really the only one that I remember as a single coming out. And yeah, I probably Indica was the next one I probably really listened to the next most. So, but sophomore year
Okay.
of high school.
I was a freshman in college. I remember when this came out because it was like right before this thing in Crew we used to do called Barn Dance, where we drive out in the middle of nowhere in the dark.
That's why I wore my camo tonight.
There you go. Shout out
Wait.
to the Crew.
I thought you didn't have a shirt on.
Well, I don't. We can fix it in post.
Just Photoshop just a square shirt. So I remember it coming out then, and I think the first time I heard it was driving to Barn Dance, so it was like dark out, and this has a very dark feel to it, and especially with the whole circumstances surrounding it when he's really starting to kind of nosedive into cocaine, which is
Pun intended.
Ha ha ha.
So there's a very like druggy feel to this, and just kind of, I don't know, some of the beats are it's like it's meant to be played while you're like lying on the field looking up in the stars.
I agree. Yeah, I think if you ever want to feel something, any of our listeners out there,
If you ever want to feel
something, hop in your car at night, roll the windows down, put on, truthfully, either one, Man on the Moon 1 or 2 or 3, and you'll have some feelings. So, if you don't, you can find me at RCCamp _
Tinder.
I'm on all of them. So let me know if you don't feel anything, and we'll get you somewhere. We'll get you to a therapist.
Okay. So it debuted at number 3 on the U.S. Billboard 200, sold 169,000 copies during its first week of release. Certified platinum. So it has not sold. It debuted stronger than Man on the Moon did, but it has not, over time, done as well as the first Man on the Moon did. There are 2 singles from it, Erase Me and Mr. Rager, which I could have sworn Rev of Ev was a single, but I guess it's not. I've been misled. So here we go, Metacritic. Ryan, what do you think?
I will say historically, the second albums have done a little better,
Yeah.
even though they may not be as good.
Yeah, I'm judging off of the sales. I mean, I'm sure a hype drove up the sales a little bit. I guess 88 on the first one. It was 71. So I'll go with 76 on this one. So a little higher than the first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt.
I'll take. I was gonna pick that, but we'll go 74.
Metacritic gave it, based on 20 reviews, an average score of 69. Nice. Which is, I think, fitting because, I mean, objectively, it is not. Are you receiving a call, Matthew?
No. Yes, but I declined it. It's
Oh.
spam.
Who's that?
Who?
It's from St. Domingo, Jamaica.
Oh, you
Should
probably have like
get that.
They probably have like $10 million in a bank account
Yeah.
waiting for you.
You just have to free their prince.
Okay.
Yeah, so you should probably do that.
The Prince of Jamaica.
Yeah. Right?
I don't know. Cool runnings. So, I think that this is fair because the first Man on the Moon is a better album than this one. So, but I also think, in my opinion, I enjoy listening to Man on the Moon 2 more than Man on the Moon 1. Because I have more of a, I think, closer relationship with listening to it.
More memories attached.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I do think it's closer than people may think it is. But that's my opinion. Entertainment Weekly called it a cohesively constructed concept album that will reward repeat listens, which I agree. Chicago Tribune writer Greg Kot complimented Cudi's themes of the stoned and alone rapper and stated, "The music is as consuming and intoxicating as the lifestyle Cudi describes." Charles Aaron of Spin said that it boldly reshaped Cudi's sound with vivid production, and the dizzy friction between rap's grasping for control and rock's desire to lose it entirely give Cudi's confessions a dicey, volatile edge.
Wow.
I'm impressed by people who write for a living and like their ability to just really nail it. Like I would never come up with confessions, dicey, volatile edge.
Or Stoned and Alone.
But when you read it, you're like, that makes sense.
Yeah, like oh yeah, that's it.
I think you meant Lonely Stoner.
I know, but he said Stoned and Alone.
Orlando Tribune. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's about it for the albums. Any closing thoughts on Cudi in general before we get into the draft?
How much time do we have?
We have, I don't know, how much time you want.
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
I could say some things, but I'm not going to.
Save it for the Sad Boy sessions.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get into the draft. Well, I don't know. The way we're going to determine the order, we're going to do a random number generator. Since there's three of us, we don't have a three-headed coin to flip, which, hey, this might be good for you, Matt.
Can I at least pick number one? That's actually been my number in everything I've played.
Dibs on one.
Ooh.
I have ties to it.
Can I do a random number generator between 1 and 2 to determine who gets number 1 in the random number generator 1 to 3?
I just don't want Matt to have one.
Okay.
I'll take 3. I like number 3. I'll take it.
All right. So Matt, you are number 1. Ryan, you are number 3. I'll be number 2.
Is that
in terms of the random number generator?
Yeah. Is that what you wanted? Or we feel good with those numbers?
I feel like there's a 33% chance.
No, House always wins. Unless you're on the VCC. Shout out, and we know you are listening.
Shout out VCC. Shout out Carly on the VCC.
So if
Richard
gets big bucks.
Okay, how about we just do, like, we'll do this. Whatever number is picked, should we award them with the number 1 pick, or should we let them choose?
Let them choose.
Which is what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm. Let them choose.
Okay. All right. So I already forgot. You're 3.
1.
Okay. So here we go. Random number generator between 1 and 3.
It's
2, baby.
Break.
All right. So that's me. So I'll take the number 1 pick. Now this one, it's going to throw 2 back into it. So how about we just do
A coin flip.
Matt?
What?
All right. We can do that.
We'll let Ryan pick.
I'll just keep it here so you don't have to.
No, this is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
Ryan, would you like heads or tails?
What does Matt usually pick?
He goes back and forth,
Okay.
but
No, tails never fails. Give me tails.
okay, because he okay.
All right. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, we'll rock with that. I'll take heads. I'll take heads.
All right. Well, they kind of seemed like Matt chose, not you.
All right. Ask me what I want.
What do you want?
I want heads.
Okay. Here we go. Coin flip. Oh. Justflipacoin.com. This is literally all we do.
I've been looking for that. Damn.
Oh, yes. First one ever.
Oh, there's like an asterisk.
Yeah, you're not number 1. You're number 2. So
I'll take second pick.
I'll take third, guys.
Okay.
For those of you listening at home, I know you are.
So Yeah.
Hey, I will say this about the end of the draft. We didn't talk about it before, but when it gets down to, so I have the orders kind of down of like all the way through 33. When it gets to number 31, it's the third pick. Like the third pick will have that. But instead of like doubling again, it just goes 2-1. Does it make sense? We'll see when we get there. I'll explain it because you'll see the counts.
I understand. Okay, yes, because so we're each gonna, because there are 35 total songs that are draftable on this. In order to make the bracket work, we're gonna draft 33, so 11 each, and then whichever one ends up having the fewest amount of streams, that song is gonna be automatically eliminated to then give us our field of 32. Which is a more cohesive bracket thing. All right, so with the first pick in the Man on the Moon 1 and 2 draft, I will take Day and Night.
Shocker. Wow.
Dude, I thought you were going to take Make or Say.
Wow. Shocker.
I have nothing to say to that.
All right, number 2, I'm going to go with Make...
Oh, what's up?
I'm going to make my pick is what I was trying to say,
Okay.
of Pursuit of Happiness, number 2.
Pursuit.
Yeah.
And then, hold on, I guess Ryan goes, yeah, now.
I'll say Day and Night for me is like a Christmas song. I used to listen to it in middle school, Christmas morning on my iPod, downloaded from LimeWire. Don't arrest me. And so what you're saying about Man on the Moon too, that's how I feel about 1. Like Day and Night, just some special Christmas memories. That and Kick Push, Lupe Fiasco, shout out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with soundtrack.
Soundtrack.
Yeah.
All right.
You get also the next pick, Ryan.
That's true.
Oh. Man, I'll take Erase Me.
Okay.
Gotta have Kanye.
Oh, frick, I didn't do these orders right. Okay.
Oh, boy.
No, because I don't get 2 picks consecutively. It's just like, yeah.
Right.
So I only get 1.
You could have, but you chose not to.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That just means that... Ooh, so I'm gonna miss something here. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go with Up, Up and Away.
Okay. All right. So with the 6th pick, I'll take Mr. Rager. And then with the 7th pick, I'll take Marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So is it me now?
It
or
is.
it back to
No,
Matt?
sorry,
Yeah,
it's
back
Matt.
to Matt.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
Also, can we note that Marijuana is 4 minutes and 20 seconds long?
He does. He says that at the end too. Kind of drags it on just to make
Got
it
to.
420.
All right, I'll take Solo Dolo.
All right.
Wow. This is working out for me. So the next, I get 2, correct?
Correct.
Man on the Moon. I will take Man on the Moon and Cudi Zone.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, you got to like scroll down for those?
I actually did.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I put the wrong color there. Matt, you did Solo Dolo?
Correct.
Okay. Man on the Moon and Cudi Zone.
Yep.
And then, so now I'm going to go with Alive.
Interesting.
It's like they could all be top 10 picks.
I got to be honest with you. I disagree. I had the first 8 picks I had as my top 8 in just slightly different orders, but I had Alive at 15, Cudi Zone at 19, and Man on the Moon at 22.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
It gets it done for me, man.
So with the 12th pick,
Also, that's literally that is my top 11 that have been picked.
interesting.
It's impressive.
Okay. With the 12th pick, I'll do Mojo So Dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally my number 12. What I have.
I had it at 9. And then, this is interesting.
Right?
I'm going heavy on 2s.
Right?
But I think, all right, well, with the 13th pick, I'll take Rev of Ev.
Ooh. Good pick.
I'm telling you, people are sleeping on this album.
Okay, my pick.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Ghost.
Matt,
I like
why?
that.
Why would you do that to me? Love that song.
This is the 15th pick.
Yeah, 15. I'm going to take My World.
Okay, I had that pretty high.
It's a toss-up between 2 here, but I'm going to go at 16 with Sky Might
My
Fall.
Fall. Yeah, I knew that was coming from Ryan.
I'm pretty Man on the Moon 1 heavy in my beginning. I'm not going to lie.
I'm
Opposite?
the exact opposite. Well, my first pick was, but
We're a good match.
thanks. Like yin and yang. All right, Matt. 17th pick.
All right. I am going to go with I love this song, and y'all probably may not have it high, but Trapped in My Mind.
I love that song, but
Yeah.
I have it at 23.
Yeah. That was coming up for me. It's a great one.
I just had to make sure. I literally put some asterisks next to ones I've wanted, like more than anything. And
Can I see which ones?
there's only one more left that I haven't gotten, but I've gotten all the ones I've. There's only 5.
Okay. With the 18th pick, Scott Mescudi versus the World.
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
CeeLo.
Heck
Shout out
yeah.
CeeLo. I know you're listening.
All right, now we're going to go back to Man on the Moon 1. With the 19th pick, I'll take Enter Galactic.
All right. I am going to choose. I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on it, but Simple As.
Ugh,
Congrats.
that's the worst song out of all of them.
Don't know about that.
No, for sure.
It's up there. It's up there. So back to me. I'm
Up there's in
surprised.
like one of the worst songs, or
Or down there, however you want to look at it. Honestly surprised this hasn't been taken yet. And maybe it hasn't. I just missed it. But Heart of a Lion.
that's that was the next pick.
I had that
Yeah.
at 18.
That's literally where I had it. 18 too.
I thought that one would have been removed off the big boards earlier.
All right,
Man.
number 22.
Yeah. Wow. This is where it gets tough. I'm gonna go just because I have some good memories attached to this song. I'm gonna go with Ashton Kutcher.
I love that.
All right, I'm gonna take All Along.
Matt, you're taking all the sad boy songs. F that.
They're the best songs.
I know, but I was
And that was
I
my,
was trying to wait on
I
them.
feel like I know what you're about to take
Hey,
here.
that was my other one so I got all my ones that I had the little asterisks next to.
Make Her Say wasn't one.
No.
Huh.
Okay, with the 24th pick, I'm taking Maniac.
Ooh. Slept on.
I agree. 25th pick, I'll take Higher.
Okay.
That beat just really makes me feel good.
It makes you feel for sure. It makes you feel.
Do I pick it even though I don't like it?
No.
You don't have to do that.
Do it.
I'll do fine. It's so far down. It's like
Pick
why
it.
not? All right, on 3 we'll say it together.
I don't know what
I know what you're
pick.
gonna say.
All right, on
1, 2, 3. Make her say.
Oh God,
Just because it's
Man.
available.
Tough.
Matt, you took the 2 worst songs. How about that?
No, Simple As is not the worst.
It is.
I'm gonna go with These Worries.
F, that was literally the other one I wanted.
That makes
They're
me
heavy.
feel. Man, I like
28th pick.
28. I just love this as a start of all 3 albums.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like I need it on my team in my dreams.
Yep.
Cutter Anthem.
Yep. That was actually where I had it at 28. Okay, literally
Me too.
every top 28 have been taken, and it's my 28 draft board. And that rounding it off was in my dreams was the 28th.
The start of the
I
trilogy.
had it at 28 as well. All right, number 29.
I will take "Don't Play This Song."
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Wait, so should I play it or no?
And then
Don't.
don't
Oh.
do
Don't.
it.
No.
No, my bad. It's misleading.
Okay, Matt, I'm about to draft number 30. What?
Okay, so actually, let's count out. I actually have them. We got 1, 2, 3.
There's 6 songs
Well,
left.
you pick one, right? Or hold on,
I think we should just keep going. Snake draft.
hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You only have
There-
one
there-
more pick. You have we each
After
have
this one.
Yeah, you have one pick, so it'll be 1, 2, 3.
What are you talking about?
Well, he's
Oh,
on 30,
I haven't
31,
drafted number 30 yet.
Oh yeah, then it'll be okay. Then you'll have
Yeah.
go back through. Yep.
Yeah, so it's still
Let's
just a snake
let's
draft.
keep rocking. Yeah.
Okay. So then with the 30th pick, I'll take TGIF.
Mm-hmm. I prefer Ruby Tuesdays, but it's just me.
And then with my final pick, which is number 31, this might be my favorite of all of them, The Mood.
Mm-hmm. Slept on.
Heavily.
I just had them flip flopped, but still top 31 pick.
Okay. Cool.
We'll take We I.
I.
All 1 minute and 27 seconds of it.
Yeah, I could not pick the other ones.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Matt, bottom 3 songs.
Can we get Day and Night back in?
I'll
trade you.
I'll consult with my worm. No.
No deal, Howie.
No deal, Howie.
Okay. Yeah. Wildin' 'Cause I'm Young.
All right.
That's really just based off the title. There's not much to these songs down here.
All right. So, to recap, I had the first pick. I had Day and Night, Mr. Rager, Marijuana, Mojo So Dope, Rev a Vev, Scott Mescudi vs. the World, Intergalactic, Maniac, Higher, TGIF, and The Mood.
Gosh, The Mood. That might put you over the edge.
In my mind, it did.
And then I got Pursuit of Happiness, Up and Away, Solo Dolo, Alive, Ghost, Trapped in My Mind, Simple As, All Along, Make Her Say, Don't Play This Song, and We Alright.
Can I get you to scroll to the top?
Right here?
No,
Yeah.
I got yours if you
Oh,
need
okay.
it here.
Oh, well, who should I look at?
Yours is blue. You're all blue.
No, yours is orange.
Oh, go Tigers. Okay. So I had Erase Me, Soundtrack to My Life, My World, slept on, Sky Might Fall, Heart of a Lion, Cudi's Own, Man on the Moon, Ashton Kutcher.
Kutcher.
It's hard to look at that one and not say Ashton
I
Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher. In My Dreams, These Worries, and Wildin' 'Cause I'm Young.
All right. So, well, you have Spotify open, right? Or Matt, do you have the streams already on here?
Mm-hmm. But
Ooh, of course he does.
Well, it's organized down here. We just sort it, but
Yeah. Okay. So just go.
top to bottom.
Yeah, and I'll put the overall ranking here.
All right. Day and Night is 1. I'm just going to read off the names, and it'll be in order. Pursuit of Happiness,
Mm-hmm.
Erase Me, Soundtrack to My Life, Mr. Rager,
Oh, that's my top 5.
Marijuana,
Nice.
Up and Away, Mojo So Dope, Make Her Say.
Ugh. Trash.
I don't understand how that is.
That's all my streams. That's all.
Cudi's Own, Man on the Moon. You good?
Hang on. It starts to like jump around after the top 7.
Crisscross.
Yeah. Okay. Go
So
ahead.
just finished with Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
And then we've got Alive.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Solo Dolo.
Nice. Which is over here.
Sky Might Fall.
Okay.
Intergalactic.
Heck yeah.
Heart of a Lion.
Mm-hmm.
Simple As.
Ugh.
How do you say this?
Revivev.
Revivev.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost.
All right.
Scott Muscuddy versus the World. My World.
Hmm.
Higher.
Mm-hmm.
Ashton Kutcher.
Nice.
Trapped in My Mind. In My Dreams.
Okay.
Maniac.
Wow, that is far down.
All Along.
Yep.
These Worries.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't Play This Song.
Okay.
The End.
Ooh, wasn't drafted, so
Yeah.
skip that one.
Wild and Cause I'm Young.
Okay.
The Mood.
That's ranked.
Nice.
Well, because I'm young's ranked higher than I thought it would be.
TGIF.
He's on the board.
And then We I is the last one.
Ooh.
It wouldn't make it, which is mine. But I'd take that over. Is There Any Love? And The End.
I don't like the end at all. And that's coming from the guy who thinks Maker Say and Simple As are trash. It's, I don't know. The end just, it's like boring.
I agree.
And
I do agree with
yeah.
you. I would take Simple As and Make Her Say over The End. But
Well, all right.
I don't know if that's saying much. But.
So, are there any in that ranking that kind of surprised you?
Trapped in My Mind for sure. Way too low.
Yeah.
That was
Man, that's how I feel about Ghost. Sorry, I cut you off. Keep saying your thing.
well, Trapped in My Mind is 24 out of 35, and that really surprises me, as well as you get into Ghost, I guess, as well, and All Along is another one. I think at 27 overall out of 35. Those are all really, really low.
Yeah, is this your ranking or like
No,
the
this is
streams?
spotted. This is spotted. So I sort these guys down here.
Yeah. Okay, I
All
got
by
you.
Spotify.
Yeah, so Ghost being at 19 was pretty surprising to me. I thought that one would have been higher.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I look at the 18 above it, and I'm like, I don't know what I would kick out. You know.
I think, man, Scott Muscuddy versus the World is just good. I don't know why that's 20. What else? Maniac being 26 is crazy. I think okay, honestly, The Mood at 31 is ridiculous.
Agreed.
That song slaps. Cudi Zone at 10. I don't know. I had it ranked at 19. I'm trying to come around to that song. I'm not quite there yet.
Man, even Man on the Moon at 11, for me at least, I'm like, that's low. Like, I would put that in my top 5 or 6.
Are you over these 5 though? Like, what you taking out?
I would take out Marijuana. I'd put.
That's number 6.
That's what I'm saying. 6, yeah, 5 or 6. I would put in Man on the Moon at 6. Top 5 is unshakable.
But
you can't change those.
Man on the Moon is also, I mean, that's on the deluxe version of the album. So for that to be number 11 is pretty impressive.
That's true.
That definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah, I feel like Man on the Moon is just the one we were talking about earlier. Roll the windows down, get in your car at night. You want to feel something, blast some Man on the Moon.
You want to feel something? I don't know. Yeah, the literally the top 5 were my top 5, and then I had Up and Away at 6 and Marijuana at 7, but they were flip flop according to Spotify. So the top 8 or so didn't really take me by surprise, but I mean some of them are pretty surprising. Okay, well, we'll post that on Instagram and figure out who won this. Now let's get into these little discussions. So in a vacuum, you know nothing about Kid Cudi or the songs or anything like that. You're looking at the song titles. Which most intrigues you?
I can take that if you're not ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Trapped in My Mind I
Same.
think is the one. And then honestly, anything about skies falling. Like I think of
James Bond.
Well, Skyfall that, and then Travis Scott, which I love that song too, Skyfall. Very just intriguing. Like I don't know, think about the sky actually falling.
Yeah, and he's like, the sky might fall, and I'm not worried at all. I'm like, well, yeah, neither am I, because it's not gonna.
Wayside School is falling down though.
Oh, okay.
And
London Bridge.
And London Bridge is
Shout
also
out to
falling
Fergie,
down.
Melissa, we know you are.
Man, I only one off Man on the Moon one. It would be Soundtrack to My Life. I don't know, if I didn't know anything about Kid Cudi and you see a song titled Soundtrack to My Life, you'd probably be like,
what
well,
is it?
let me hear what this guy's about. But on Man on the Moon 2, I have Mr. Rager, just because I feel like it would be a pretty angsty song.
Yeah.
And Ghost, just because the all caps and the exclamation at the end kind of would catch my eye.
Yeah, Trapped in My Mind for me that's the answer to that. I think the best lyric comes from there. Well, I mean, not necessarily the best, but what I appreciate the most. You see, the sun seems to shine when I am not looking. Oh, it seems to trick every time. And I looked into like what Genius.com had to say about it. It said he thinks good things happen, but not to him. But this, in fact, isn't true because he's trapped in his mind. His mind is playing tricks on him, and he never sees the positives associated with the sun and brightness in his life because he's focused on the negatives of the past, which is darkness. And well, I mean, we'll probably get into that in the Sad Boy sessions at some point. But I often, especially over the past like couple of years, there have been a lot of instances where I feel like I've been trapped in my mind, and to various degrees, and it can be tough because, especially when I know I'm just buying into lies, but it's like but doing that brings some sort of weird comfort, and I don't know why that is, or like why I want to embrace that, but it just happens, and it sucks, and that's the whole thing. It's like you're trapped in it. I think this song might be about drugs. I can't remember the full lyrics off the top of my head, but I think just generally, like, this is something that's pretty applicable to everyone. Like, we're all trapped in our minds to some degree, and sometimes you need people to just like bring you out back to reality.
The whole like paralysis by analysis, literally. And I can't tell you, just being an analytical person, I can't tell you how much that's happened of being like playing so many different scenarios in your head, being like overanalyzing. How did that action like affect someone? Those words, were they like good or were they harmful? Did I say that correctly? Just a whole bunch of thoughts, and then it's like overthinking to where it's like almost a paralysis of like, well, I don't want to make the wrong move, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, especially in really vulnerable moments for people, or so
Yep. Well, since we talked about best lyric, what do you guys think that is? Your favorite lyric on?
Man, I don't know. This is just my personal favorite lyric, just because memory is attached to it. And it's the start of Pursuit of Happiness. I just feel like maybe we've all been there. 2 a.m. summer night. Crush a bit a little bit. So, yeah, crush a bit a little bit. Roll it up, take a hit. Feeling right. 2 a.m. summer night. Anderson, man, repping my camo for those back home listening. Shout out Anderson. Shout out Westside High School.
Shout out to the Water Tower.
Shout out to the Electric City, Water Tower, city that raised me. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like me and my friends had a lot of 2 a.m. summer nights. Yeah, so just nostalgia.
Matt?
I probably like the chorus of Pursuit of Happiness, I think, is something that I really like. The Pursuit of Happiness, and I know everything that's shine ain't always going to be gold. Hey, I'll be fine. Yeah. It's like everything that may not seem as it is, but I think that's an easy one. But I really liked from Sky Might Fall. It was over the desert where the lost play, soul searching each and every way. This idea of like you're in the desert. No one's really in the desert, so it's like he's alone. Where the lost play. So this guy, whether he's been an outcast or I don't know, from like socially an outcast, and I think that he was a little bit in high school too, but he doesn't have anyone to play with, so he's alone in that, and he's trying to figure it out through like his soul search in each and every way, whatever that looks like. So I thought it was a really good one.
All right.
So I think Kanye's whole verse on "Erase Me" could be best lyric.
Okay.
All nominated. Every line nominated for that one.
What do you think the best beat is?
I literally put 5 of them.
Go ahead.
I also have like 6.
I put Day and Night,
Yeah.
Pursuit of Happiness, Alive, which also the chorus is probably one of my put it in the ears moments of just, you know, like how it like goes down and up the beat. Marijuana, and then Heart of a Lion.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. Well, I'll just say these two because they're not gonna probably sit well with you guys. But "Simple As" and "Make Her Say."
Are you kidding me?
Song not great, beat kind of fire. Have Cudi's Own in there, "Pursuit," "Revivev," and "Day and Night." I think takes the cake, man. I think that one's just special.
Yeah, Day and Night's probably the answer to it. It's just so different. It really puts everyone on to Kid Cudi.
Well, what's the thing about that too is like his cadence with the beat is like really interesting. It's like it seems like it's a little off. Like his cadence doesn't quite catch a beat, but then it like day and night, you know, like the little stutters.
Yeah.
It just feels weird, but it's like it works, you know.
It does. I think the mood is a fantastic beat. The little doot 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 doot. I love that. Higher's awesome. That's a really just a lovely beat. And I don't know. Well, so those are the answers to that. Most overrated and underrated song.
Make Her Say, overrated. If
it's ranked number 9, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ranked number 9. That's pretty absurd.
But so I didn't know that going into this. So I mean I knew it was a single, but I didn't know how high it would be ranked. So I think like for the purposes of this, it's like the top 5 to me are like you have to pick something from that kind of. So I would say Pursuit of Happiness, like out of Day and Night, Pursuit of Happiness, Erase Me, Soundtrack to My Life, and Mr. Rager. I think Pursuit of Happiness like is so Day and Night's like the number 1 song in terms of streams. Was Pursuit of Happiness
2?
I mean, like
it was well above everything else. So Day and Night was 455 million. Pursuit of Happiness was 395 million, and then the next highest was Erase Me, which was 207 million. So those were like
it's almost 200 million.
Or 207 million.
Yeah, so for me, it's Pursuit of Happiness because I knew just how big that song is, and it's just I get it. It's kind of like a little uppity beat, but it's just I think it's a tad overrated. But it's really like you're picking from Day and Night and Pursuit of Happiness at that point.
Yeah, I was talking to Matt earlier, and I was like, this is hard to pick a overrated song because they're all just so good. But I think Make Her Say has to be in it just because when you put Kid Cudi and Kanye West on a song together and you come up with this, like, come on now.
A remake of Poker Face.
Yeah. Like, get Lady Gaga on there. Come on. Yeah, Make Her Say, I think, for me, most overrated.
Underrated?
Yeah.
Solo Dolo, but I didn't realize how high up it was. Or it's at 13. I know. Underrated, I'd probably say Trapped in My Mind, too. Those are probably, I think, my 2. If you were going to go sub 20, like of 20 out of the 35, I think that's the one I would probably pick that's like, I really like this one a lot, but I didn't realize how high up Solo Dolo was. Yeah,
coming into it, I mean, my answer was Ghost coming into it, and now seeing the numbers, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's for sure underrated. So I'm sticking with Ghost. I'm gonna rock with Ghost. But also, after seeing some of the numbers and where it's ranked, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm throwing Man on the Moon up there. I think that's pretty underrated as well.
Well, it's still ranked number 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just for me, I would put it higher. So
Okay.
I guess that's why I'm saying it's underrated.
I mean, the answer is The Mood. It's number 31. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's one of the best songs on
Yeah.
there. Which song has most grown on you since the first time you heard it?
Yeah, I'm repeating answers here. I think it's Ghost.
I think this is like this should
Yeah.
relatively the same kind of answers is underrated. Like they kind of play into each other.
Yeah. I think Ghost. I mean, I can't tell you. I can't go back, 10, 11 years and tell you what I was thinking the first time I heard Ghost. But I think truthfully, probably the past like 4 years, I've really been listening to it a lot more and appreciating it a lot more. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, like when I first heard The Mood, I thought it was awesome. So that hasn't grown on me because I've always had it held in high regard. But for me, it's Intergalactic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to think that song was annoying until literally a few days ago, and then when I joined Matt when he was trapped in his truck,
Trapped in his
my
mind.
truck, I was just like, I kept singing Intergalactic you.
It's a bop, bro. It's a
I
bop.
know.
It's got the Andre 3000 kind of vibes to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, and then Put It in My Ears moment. Matt, you said yours.
So one of the three. So Solo Dolo, 45 seconds to 55 seconds.
All right.
And then Maniac at 58 seconds to about a minute 15. It's just his voice change where in the Maniac song.
That's always like, I'm the maniac.
Yeah, if he like rapped actually with that tone,
Yeah.
I would be very, very intrigued all the time. But maybe that's why it's a put in your ears moment because you want more of it. And if I had it all the time, I probably wouldn't want it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't write down any time stamps for it, but
You can describe it.
yeah, I would say too,
sing it.
you're gonna hear my sound effects here. I think Heart of a Lion, no, yeah, that one, that's a put it in my ear moment for sure. And then, man, Day and Night, the pain is deep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that gets me. And then
The offbeat, the pain is deep.
Yeah, that one gets me. That whole. I mean, I wish I had timestamps for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some put it in my ear moments for sure.
Yeah, mine is Marijuana from 135 to 202. That's when like the chorus comes in. I don't even know how to sing it, but because it's a whole choral thing that joins in. But that's for sure mine. All right. Well, so any final closing thoughts on Kid Cudi?
I love that man. He reminds me of Christmas. He shouldn't, but like I said earlier, Day and Night, Christmas song. I can't listen to it and not think about laying on my floor Christmas morning, my iPod, a bunch of illegally downloaded music. Every now and then you'll get the Bill Clinton his speech on there because you don't know what you're gonna get. But yeah, Day and Night, Kick Push, Heartless, Welcome to Heartbreak, all Christmas songs in my mind. I just like have very vivid memories. Christmas morning, listen to those. And my last thought is Late and Long. Probably not listening, but shout out. I know you're listening.
they're listening.
He's listening to Speeding Bullet to Heaven right now.
Oh.
Watching what he's listening to on Spotify. So pretty
how
cool.
about
All right. I'll go one more thought. Matt kind of touched on it earlier, but I think it's so cool. Lots of people in the music industry, Travis Scott being one. He's not in the music industry, but Pete Davidson being another. Just kind of give Cudi props. And they're like, yo, I wouldn't be here without this man. And like without this album, like I wouldn't be here. Travis Scott, the Scott in his name is after Scott Muscudi. So yeah, just seeing his influence in the music industry. He is the AI of the music industry.
Artificial intelligence or Allen Iverson?
Allen Iverson, yeah. Kind of changed the game. Everybody wanted to be like him.
Because if he was the artificial intelligence, it wouldn't make sense because robots and stuff, they can't feel.
Yeah, robots on the moon.
Well,
doesn't make as much sense.
Well, yeah. I mean, so speaking of like not being here without people, I don't think that the Phoenix Suns would have made the NBA playoff or NBA Finals if it weren't for Campaign, who actually, I don't know. I mean, Matt, I don't know if I've brought this up before, and Ryan, you might not know this either, but did you know that Campaign played high school basketball in Memphis?
Wow, I feel like I haven't heard that from anyone sitting at this table ever.
No, I don't.
Wow.
It's
Ryan,
news
you
to
don't
me.
remember when we
News
used
to
to?
me.
You don't remember when we used to hoop at?
Oh, what's up?
You remember when we used to hoop back in middle school, and our moms pulled up with the rentals?
Yeah,
and,
I do.
And it was like
And Campaign
it
was
was
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was
in the
there.
rental.
I remember. Yeah,
it was tough.
wasn't his dad was a major, right? Major
Major
Payne.
Payne.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Cut it out.
Oh, toodles.
You have to have a sign off. Words.
Bye.